Hello, like on all three of them. Do like I did. Write stuff down and be like, hey, explain this. What is it? Explain the workday. How does it work? Right? And I emailed the person back, and then I hopped on our live and I asked the questions. Ask the questions. This is what I'm here for. That's what this live is for.
Right,
Is
yeah.
to give you information, bust through
Flip
the
my
myths,
screen
beliefs, and the myths,
around.
and hopefully get you fired up to say, you know what, I can't do this. Because if this lady who lost her job of 19 years was 40K in credit
Only
card debt,
because
she's
TikTok
in
doesn't
her
like you to
50s, has no
have
real
the
following,
screen turned away
has no
from you
tech
too long.
skills,
They already
has no
gave me a
idea how to even
restriction on my
market her
10K
product. If she
daily, but
can
I
do
still wanted
this
to
and
record the
change her
rest of the
life,
live.
I
So
can do it.
I'm
Because you can.
recording it even though it's
Because you
restricted.
can. Guys, I
Good
lost my
morning, good
job of
morning.
19 years, was 40K in credit card debt. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I was broke and I was broken. I was crying out to God every day. God, if you would drop that perfect job in my lap, God, if you would just sell my books, God, we would be okay. God, just sell my books, we'll be okay. How did I get here, God? I went to school. I got the education.
Right. Did
I
all the
went into
things.
debt going to school to get that education because I thought it would better my family. All it did was leave us in debt. But I got there. All right, God. This is where I'm at now. How do I get out of it? And so for months, my husband had been sending me these TikToks of these people earning online. And I'm like, this is stupid.
Thank you, Lanny, the digital trucker, for liking the live. I appreciate you, friend.
I didn't believe a word of it. These people that I'd be doing the scrolling and they're talking about I earned this much and look at what I do and look at what I do. I'm like, y'all a bunch of liars. That's a bunch of caca. Anybody that does that's full of it. Anybody that falls for that, I feel sorry. But guys, I guess I fell for it. I fell for one of those things.
I fell for it too. I fell for making money online from my phone 2 hours a day.
When
You want to fall for it too?
My daughter looked at me.
Hit that LINK in my BIO.
I did not think that you would
go.
fall for a piece of crap like that. Like I thought you were smarter. And that broke my heart. I'm like, was this a mistake? No, God's leading me here. But oh my gosh. Her whole entire attitude changed. She was messing with my printer over there. And I said, come here. Because she had been making all my TikToks, right, for my books. She had been making all the TikToks for this because I didn't know how. And I said, come here. I need to show you something. And I bring up my author page and it shows my sales that I have made. And she looked and she said, holy crap, Mom, what are you doing? And I said, this right here. See, this has taught me how to create content that converts. It's taught me how to create content. It's taught me how to create content that speaks to people that want to read my books. It's taught me how to do that. It's taught me how to market anything online. And she said, you need to keep doing it because it's working. And now that child has created her own business. Let's go.
Yes. Awesome.
See, all it takes is one person to break the cycle.
From skeptic to
winner. And I got to thinking about my family, right? My mom, my grandmother, my great-grandmother. My entire family has a history of living paycheck to paycheck and dying broke. Dying broke, guys. And I heard somebody say it just takes the one to break the cycle. And I said, I want to be the one. I want to be the one to break that cycle. I want to be the one to break the cycle that my kids will look and go, yeah, man, we used to live paycheck to paycheck. We literally used to count change to get gas and to get groceries. We lived on credit cards. But you know what happened is we made a change. Your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-great-grandmother, however the story is going to go, decided enough was enough and she made a change. And she did something drastically different. People looked at her cross-eyed. They judged her. And that's. But look at where her family was. Guys, for my 50th birthday, I lost my job. I'm crying. Could not find another job. For my 51st birthday, I was walking the beaches of Cozumel because we made a change, because we did something different. That's right. Make today the day you do something different. I've been on here for almost an hour. If you have been listening to me for more than 5 minutes and you have not gotten this information, why? Yep, are you going to spend another day, another week, another year just doing the scrolling your life away? Are you going to work until the day you die? Are you going to be broke until the good Lord calls you home? Are you going to leave that debt to your kids and your grandkids? Let's go. Let's make a change. You be the one that breaks that cycle. Yes. It just takes one. You be the one to learn the skills to market anything online, and then you can learn to create your own product, to get brand deals, to get sponsorships, to do UGC, to do all of these things that you're seeing these people doing online, where they have 15, 18, 20 streams of income.
Yep.
I had somebody ask, what are you going to do if TikTok actually goes away? Am I worried?
We don't care. So we got emails.
Because everything I learned here is not stuck here. Everything I learned
every
in this
other
digital
social
class is
media
not, oh, it's
platform.
just TikTok, it's just TikTok. No. It's so much more. It's so much deeper. All you got to do is go look up Steph Daily Payback, and you'll find me on IG, FB, YT. You'll find me on Threads, on Clapper. I mean, you're going to find me everywhere. Steph Daily Payback Steph. Because I'm learning how to expand and have multiple streams of income on multiple platforms. Let's go. Let's go. So what are you waiting for? We've been on almost an hour. Not one person has asked me a question on here. I've had a couple of people email me and ask the questions. Look at this one. I said, what if you could change your week forever? Imagine starting every week feeling in control, excited, and ready to work on your terms. And this person said, as long as it doesn't cost anything. You tell me, guys, name one thing that you can do that costs nothing. Can you go to school that costs nothing? Can you get a degree that costs nothing? Can you go to the gym to get in shape and it costs nothing? That is the I never even asked that when I was broke, when I lost my job. I never said, yeah, I'll do this if it's free, because there's no such thing as free. It's investing in yourself. Can I tell you a story? Since y'all are being quiet. So I took my first pay cut with my job, obviously before I lost my job. And I decided, well, if I go back to school and I get this certification, this specialized certification, it'll help my family. Maybe I'll get a raise. I'll get that money back that I lost. So I went into debt, went to school, got this certification. Before I even finished the certification, I took a second pay cut, and then I lost my job. And I'm telling you this because nobody looked at me sideways. Nobody went crazy when I went into debt to go back to school to get this certification. Nobody. They were like, good for you. Good for you. But when I told a few people that I was doing this, they looked at me cross-eyed and said, I cannot believe you fell for it. Like my daughter said, I thought you were smarter than that. This is education. This is in the e-learning industry. So that school that I went into debt is in the e-learning industry because it was all online. All online. The difference is that I made money off of this education. I get it. So I learned how to create content that converts, how to do UGC, how to get brand deals, how to get sponsorships, how to create my own stuff.
Thank you for liking the live, friend.
I'm also earning. When I went to school and went into debt, I could not earn off of that education until I was done. And even then, it wasn't guaranteed that I would get a job using that certification. That certification sits in a filing cabinet in a little folder, a dinosaur folder, has never seen the light of day. Used it. Let's go. Let's get you an education. Let's invest in yourself. Something that is going to change your life forever, right? Progress isn't possible without change. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. George Bernard Shaw. Progress is impossible without change. So you want that life you've always dreamed of. Yeah? You want to chase those dreams that God gave you in your heart, but you're scared. And you're like, what if I fail? What if I? And you're not going to, because that's outside your comfort zone. Therefore, you will never have that. So if you don't want to work until the day you die, you don't want to be in debt forever, it is time to make the change. Do it scared. Do it messy. Just do it. You got to start. Guys, I started this. Look. What I do is right here, 3 pieces of content, I go live and I answer questions, right? I started completely faceless. I never showed my face and never talked. My husband did a little bit of talking, but other than that, it was all faceless. Words over the screen, music behind me, okay? And then when I started learning more, and the confidence comes from action. The confidence started coming in. Then I started showing my face. Still didn't talk. Put words on the screen. Had some music behind it. There was my content. And then I learned more. And my confidence grew. I'm like, oh, I can share my story. And I did it messy. And I made mistakes. But I did it.
Right.
Right? And the more confident I became, then I started going live. Guys, if I can do this in my 50s with no followers, no tech skills, having no idea what the heck to do and how to use social media to my advantage, if I could do this, you could do this. The only thing stopping you is you.
Yep.
Period. Stop getting in your own way. Thank you, Marsha. Stop getting in your own way. Let's break free today. Okay? So the 4 women that said, I can't afford it, my answer was, you can't afford not to. Guys, I didn't start this because I haven't had the money. I started this because I didn't have the money. I started this because I wanted something different. Thank you for the gifts. Because I wanted something different for my life, for my family's life. That's why I started this. The 3 things that I give you, right? They have no monthly fees. You don't need tech experience. The products are done for you. And each one of them have payment plans. Each one of those 4 women did not look to see if they had payment plans. And when I responded back and said, did you see the plans? They said, no. I said, okay, you got to scroll all the way down. All of them have it. You can go and look at it. Pretend you're going to check out. Don't purchase anything, but just see. Just see. So their thing was, I can't afford it. I know you can't. Because even me, without a job, I was still easily spending $50 a month, $60 a month on going out to eat, going to see movies. Oh, I had a rough week. I need a Starbucks. Oh, I really want some donuts. Oh, I really want this and I really want that. Everything is expensive now. Dude, Taco Bell is expensive now. Taco Bell should not be expensive. But when you got a family of 4, $50 at Taco Bell is easily done, right? You take that, the money that you blow through like this, and you put it towards your education, towards investing in yourself, towards learning a new skill, and all of a sudden your entire life has changed. Easily, talk to those 4 women and said, you are easily spending $50 to $60 a month on nonsense that gets you nowhere in life. Take that $50, $60 a month and get on a plan that will change your entire life, that will help you be the one to break the cycle. So what else do you guys have? So that's now 5. 4 have said, I just can't afford it. Okay, that's the plan. This one said, as long as it doesn't cost anything. Maybe there is nothing for free in life. Nothing. Guys got to stop thinking, man, they want me to do this, but it costs. Yeah. You want to get in shape and lose weight, it's going to cost. You want to go to school and get that education, it's going to cost. You want that new car, it's going to cost. That new TV, it's going to cost. That new phone, it's going to cost. Everything costs something. Right? I share this story all the time because it makes my point. When we want something bad enough, we will find a way. If not, we find all the excuses.
Yep.
Right? I had a friend, this was last year, we were going to go see a movie, go out to lunch, and she canceled and said, oh, I just can't afford this. And I said, cool, I understand, things are expensive. But the next week I saw her with a brand new iPhone. Because she wanted that iPhone. She found a way to get it, right? And most likely she got it on a plane. Right? Let's go. She wanted the iPhone, she got it. You want to break free, you want to earn online and get your life back, you want to make money online like all these other people, you want to work from home, be present, provide. I am telling you how you can do it, working 2 to 3 hours a day. Let's go. Let's go. You've got nothing to lose today. Nothing. The information costs nothing. Ask the questions. Let's go. We have, I don't know, a couple minutes. Let's see. Let's go look at, since you guys are being quiet. I don't know why you guys are being so quiet. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to go to the wins and it's not. Okay. Got their first comment, new TikTok account. Wins. Just upgraded. Woohoo! Sabina, she made 1,000 on Saturday. She made 1,000 on Saturday. Look. I don't do this very often, but look at. I'm gonna flip her camera. Okay. Look, 900 plus 100 on Saturday. A sale came in while preparing breakfast. Another one while taking a nap.
This is inside of our community, you guys.
Soon called schedule. Went viral. Laura went viral. Went live. Got 41 new leads. First $100 sale. 1 day of focus, got certified. Got certified. Upgrades. Adding YouTube. Happy Women's Day. That was 2 days ago. What did I pick? Yeah, baby. Let's just do this. 6 hours ago. Look, made 900 sale while in the hospital. At my saddest moments, my son is hospitalized. But this sale just put a smile on my face. I blessed the day I crossed paths with Legacy. This is just one of the things I offer you, right? This is the high ticket. This is the high ticket. 9 minutes ago, I made a teaser video on TikTok to break the ice. 3 days ago, 1,200 in sales. Going through the material again to see what I'm missing. Yahoo! Upgraded. Did my first video. Dreams do come true. Look, thanks to this program and spending just 900 one time, because everything I give you is one time, no monthly fees. I've said that over and over, no monthly fees. When I was skeptical and had 52 in the bank, got to pay my plan, and here I am. I've paid off debt. Let's see what else. Quit my job and just bought my dream car. Look, all because, look at this. She got on a $52 plan. Let's go, guys. Like, she got her dream car. She made a choice right there and said, you know what? I'm skeptical. I've got $52 in the bank, but she got on a plan. She got on a plan, and now she's paid off debt, quit her job, and bought her dream car. Let's go. The only thing stopping you right now is you. Get out of your freaking way, and let's build something successful. Let's be the one that breaks the cycle.
Yes. Absolutely.
While my husband and I were just hanging out with neighbors tonight, sales came through. 773 in passive income. 900 while batch creating content. After tonight, sales came through. 773 in passive income. 900 while batch creating content. Every step counts. Look at this. 2,700 a day while at a tournament. Let's go. Woke up to 900. Let's go, guys. Let's go. The only thing stopping you right now is you. Listen, if you have questions, let's go back to this. Guys, I'm going to wrap up right now. Smash that follow button. Get this information. LINK says daily pay pass. Click on that, right? Put your name and your email in. The page is going to be pink and black. The page is going to be pink and black. It'll show me and my husband. That's a picture of us and Cosimo. Put your name and your email in. Look,
all right, you guys.
Make sure the email is correct, so I can send you all the information. You can skip the video if you want to.
I just this is something I just started doing last week before last. Is getting on with other people that are inside of the community so that you can see it. There's way more than me. First of all, inside of my Legacy Builders program, there are over 50,000 people. We're heading towards 60,000 people. Hang on, Team Pay Daily. So they had already they had given me a restriction because okay, here's the thing with TikTok. They do not want you to tell people to go to the LINK in your bio, right? They don't want you to tell. They want to keep people on the platform, so they don't want you to go off anywhere else. So because she was saying, even though it wasn't me, Steph was saying, click the link. TikTok was like, girl, I don't know what you're doing up here trying to get people to go and make this MONEY from their phones. Right? So it's kind of funny that they gave me a restriction. See, this is how this app is so weird because they gave me a restriction, right? But they didn't give her account, who was actually kept saying the word, a restriction. Now, some days I could say it 1,000 times and they wouldn't give me a restriction. So TikTok just has some jokes. They just be doing too much. But if you are somebody who is ready to learn how to earn an income, so TikTok just has some jokes. They just be doing too much. But if you are somebody who is ready to learn how to earn an income from your phone, if you're like sick and tired of being sick and tired, try to that. And Steph, right? She didn't know how to do this. Everyone who comes into this space didn't. Steph, right? She didn't know how to do this. Everyone who comes into this space didn't know how to do it before they. It's just like riding a bike. If you don't know how to ride a bike, you have to learn how to ride a bike, right? So that's the same thing here, and we teach you. We teach you how to get this done, and like she was saying, we have 4 done for you digital products in the e-learning space, and e-learning is just the same thing as if you ever took a class online or anything like that. That's e-learning. Hold on a second, because it switched over to somebody doing gaming. So that's it. I'm out of here not for today. I'll probably come back live again. I gotta finish up my 2-hour workday because I have not created my content for today. But I was just kind of like, let me do the live. Let me do. Oops, these people cussing on here. Hold on. Somehow and when she went off, then it switched to, let me show you. It switched my live to these gaming people. So they're up there dropping F-bombs and stuff. And I don't want TikTok to be like, girl, now you up here dropping F-bombs. First you was telling people to go click that link in your bio and learn how they can make money online. And now you up here dropping F-bombs. What are you doing? That wasn't me. All right, so anyway, if you know you want to make some money online, if you know you're already ready, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, maybe, see, like for me, I wanted more money, more time, and more freedom to spend with my kids. If you don't know me, my name is Kara. I am a serial entrepreneur. I'm an empty nester mom, and I am on a journey to set people free from the stress, from the strife, from the daily grind and the 9 to 5, from anything that you don't want to do, right? Life is short. Y'all know how short life is. Let me tell you, Eddie Murphy did this thing, and I'm going to get off here in a minute. I'm going to say a prayer because I'll tell y'all that story in a second. But Eddie Murphy did this thing, right? And he said, you have two things that I saw different people do, right? So one was Eddie Murphy. One was this guy, this really, really big time digital marketer. He's a guru. He's all these things. Billie Jean is marketing. Anyway, 2 things about life. So Eddie Murphy said he says 75 summers, 75 winters, 75 springs, 75 falls. If you live the average lifespan, you've got 75 years. You've got 75 summers left or in you. 75 winters, 75 falls, 75 springs. Now, just think about whatever age you are right now, right? Whatever age you are right now. And subtract your age from that 75. That's the time we have left. That is the time the average person, the average American has left on this planet. Now, that's not to be morbid or depressing or sad. It's just to tell you the time is ticking, ticking, ticking. What are you waiting for? Don't you want better? Don't you know better is possible? Aren't you ready to get off the struggle bus? Aren't you ready to be the one, like Steph said, the one in your family to break the generational curse of living paycheck to paycheck and always struggling, always struggling. Everybody's struggling. Aren't you ready to be the one in your family that breaks that cycle? Wouldn't that be nice? What if you just earned an extra income, enough money where all your bills were covered and you could actually do stuff? Like, most people live in paycheck to paycheck. All their bills are covered. But I tell you, they're one emergency away from everything going to hell in a handbasket. One emergency away. And again, it's not to scare you. It's not to be depressing. It's not to be morbid. It's to tell you that there's a better way. There's an easier way. There's a simpler way. There's a way that you can do this. You can earn this income from your phone in 2 hours a day. And it's simple. When I tell you it's simple, it's simple. I don't like to do hard things. I don't. I will. I'm a hard worker. I've worked my whole life. But hard work does not equal financial freedom. You know why? Because if that was the case, if love them or hate them, all of the people that talk about, these immigrants, right? Those folks work their butts off. We know, we see them morning, noon, and night working, picking the food that we eat that we then complain, that however they're in this country, right? And they pay taxes that we then complain, that however they're in this country, right? And they pay taxes. People here now, we don't want American freaking criminals, right? We don't want criminals. We don't want people. We have a criminal for a president. So yeah, we don't want criminals in this country. We don't want people like the Epstein guy, right? We don't want his girlfriend and accomplice walking the streets to do harm to more people. However, the fact that these things are happening is a reality. And so some people want to bury their head in the sand and act like, nothing is happening. But things are happening. And they're happening. Again, love it, hate it. I'm not here to tell you what to love and what to hate. I am here to tell you that you are in control of your life. You're in control of your life. Yes, I'm a Christian. Yes, I believe in God. Yes, I do know that God has a plan for us. However, God has also instructed us of a lot of things that we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to do. My favorite scripture is Joshua 1:8. And it says, this book of the law shall not depart out of your mouth, but you should meditate in it day and night, to do everything that's written in it, right? So that you will make your way prosperous. You make your way prosperous, and you will have good success. So that means there's something for you to do. You can't just hope God will drop an airplane will fly over your house and drop $1 million in your backyard. Now, I'm not saying that couldn't happen. And I'm just saying that's probably not going to happen. So you need to take control of your own life, right? So nobody wants criminals in this country. But I'm explaining that because I'm telling you that these people that come here that are picking whatever it is, oranges and tomatoes and onions and stuff like that, right? And doing construction jobs and all this stuff. And a lot of jobs that we Americans would never do. I don't know I don't know not one American, not one natural born American citizen. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian. I don't care what your nationality is. I don't know not one American citizen that would say, you know what I want to do? You know what career path I'm going to go? I'm going to go to California. And I am going to stand in the hot, And I am going to stand in the hot 100 and something degree sun from 6 o'clock in the morning. Well, I'm going to start my day at like 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, so they can come and get me until dark, whatever time that happens to be. 7 p.m., 8, whatever time dark happens to 7 p.m., 8, whatever time dark happens to be, right? And I'm going to pick tomatoes, onions, lettuce, whatever it happens to be growing. I'm going to be in an orchard. I'm going to be, picking grapes and whatever fruit or veg I happen to pick. I'm going to do that all day in the hot freaking sun, and I'll be sweating my brains out, right? For a little bit of money. And then the little bit of money I get, I'm going to actually pay taxes on it, right? Because it doesn't matter when you come into this country, right? And I'm saying people that are non-citizens that work here, immigrants, some who are waiting to get papers or whatever the case is. I don't know one American, not one. I don't care, black, white, Latino, Asian. I don't know one single American that's like, you know what, sign me up for that program. None. None. I used to tell my brother-in-law, like years ago, I said, you know what? Because he was one of these people who was like, yeah, they're taking our jobs. What jobs? What jobs? Which jobs are people taking? Do you want those jobs? Everybody on this live that wants to go stand in a hot behind field, not in the stand, wants to go work in a hot behind field anywhere in the South, right? California to Mississippi, Georgia, Atlanta, Texas, South Carolina, anywhere. Go any place and be out all day. Texas, South Carolina, anywhere. Go any place and be out all day long in a hot field to earn a little bit of money. Because see, here's the things they don't tell you. Now, here's how come I know this is true. When I was younger, growing up in Texas, my parents had restaurants. We had restaurants, and then the one restaurant we had the property had restaurants, it had a hotel, and it had like studio apartments. We lived right by the Texas-Mexico border in a little teeny town called Brackenville. Okay, so there was a huge farm. Now, this guy was named Happy Shahan. I'm not even sure if that farm existed, but it was not a farm, a big ranch. Big ranch, the biggest ranch, I believe it was the biggest ranch in Texas. I don't know, I was a kid, but I do know this. The migrant workers would come to town every season. They would come to plant, and they would come when it was harvest season and all that kind of stuff. You would get a big influx of these migrant workers, and they would come. They would bring them on the trucks, right? And again, now Happy Shahan was a huge employer of these people. Hold on one second. And as far as I know, he was a good guy. Like I said, I was a kid. I don't remember that much about of course, how all of that stuff worked. And at the time, these people were not considered to be, these horrible people like they are now. Now, granted, there's good people and bad people and everything. Like I said, even in this country, whether you love this person, hate this person, voted for this person, the fact of the matter is that the president of the United States is a convicted felon. 34 felony counts, right? Now, nobody probably would have thought that would ever happen in the United States, but it happened. Again, it doesn't matter if you voted for this person or you didn't vote for the person. The fact of the matter is that's the truth, right? So let's just call the truth the truth. And so anyway, so Happy Shahan would go, and whoever, these people, different ranchers, he wasn't the only one. So when these guys would come to town, they would stay. My parents had like the contract with these ranchers to house these farm workers, right? To house these farm workers. They also, because they had the restaurant, they would cook for them. So they would have breakfast before they left. And then they would have, dinner in the evening when they came home. Now, my dad was a super duper innovative guy. He was doing so many things years before other people were doing. My dad was in the Air Force. He retired from the Air Force. So when he retired from the Air Force, We retired in Texas, and this is when they opened up the restaurants and the hotel and the apartments. Okay, so my dad had the idea because first they were like packing them lunches and stuff to take with them. And my dad was like, well, why don't I do like a food truck thing? So my dad hooked up this truck and had like a food truck. So he would drive the truck out to the fields where the guys were working, and it wasn't just men; it was men, women, and children. And hold on, it's time to do my puzzle piece. Cool. So I've been on for men, women, and children. And hold on, it's time to do my puzzle piece. Cool. So I've been on for an hour. Awesome. Hold on, y'all. Let me do my puzzle piece. Come on. All right. So my dad would drive the food truck out there, and then at lunchtime, everybody come and get their food, sit, eat, and then they could go back there. Then they would go back to work. Okay, so again, this was men, women, and children. Now the little teeny kids, they didn't go. I mean, they had like the old abuelas, grandmothers, but they did. Whoever was old enough to pick up a bag and fill it with onions, because they picked onions, lettuce, and I'm not sure what else they picked. I do remember onions and lettuce. I'm going to tell you why I remember the onions and the lettuce. So we go out there, me and my siblings, and we go with my dad, and we're going to help out on the food truck, right? Because, family business, we all helped at the restaurant. Now, I'm about 9 to 10, about 9 to 10. And so we go, and we're just playing. So we're, playing with some of the kids that are out there, because kids don't know about racism. Kids are taught, racism and to demonize people. Kids are taught that we don't wake up knowing that. That's what people teach us. So we're out there, me and my siblings, we're just playing with the other kids, right? And then we're realizing, well, the kids are getting paid too, right? So we're like, oh, we want to do this, Daddy. Can we come one day, and can we pick stuff too? And my dad's like, what? And we're like, yeah. So we kind of, me and my 3 siblings kind of waged the thing, like we want to go and work in the field and pick onions, because of course we went at lunchtime when everybody was eating lunch and the kids were playing for a few minutes. So we thought, oh, this looks cool, and they get paid. Here's what we didn't know. So my dad was one of those people who's going to teach you the life lesson by letting you live that life lesson, right? So we go, and we're thinking this is going to be way more fun than working in the restaurant, right? And we go out there, and I specifically remember it's me and my brother Chris, because we're the closest in age. Me and Chris, we're out there, and we're picking the onions and the lettuce, and they're showing you like how to pick the right ones and throw the ones that maybe got worms and stuff in them, and da-da-da-da. And I kid you not, we were probably out there for an hour, and that Texas sun was beating down on us. And we had little kid energy then. I don't have little kid energy now, but we had little kid energy then. And we were worn out after 1 hour in that blazing hot behind Texas sun, picking these doggone onions, right? And then you had to throw them on this conveyor belt, and they had these big sacks. You filled them up, took them over here, threw them on the conveyor belt or whatever. Well, when my dad came to pick us up after, because I think we probably quit. But my dad was smart. He came back after a couple of hours. He picked us up, and we were we were going to get our pay. When I tell you, I think maybe we made $2. Might have been $2. So here's the other part that people don't understand when these people are working these. Now, this is not, listen, hey, if you don't know, my name is Kara. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm a mom of 6. I'm a world traveler, and I'm here to set people free so that you can learn how to earn an income from your. If you're not following me, follow me. I will follow you back as long as you're a real account. If you have not done your daily heart me, go right up there to where you see my name and you see that orange heart. Click on there, do your daily heart me, send that out. That lets TikTok know that you're here, that you're engaged. It's like you're checking in with TikTok, and you're going to get points. You're going to get 45 points just for doing that. And guess what? It's going to help me as well. So if you're somebody who's like, you know what, I kind of like this chick, let me help her out a little bit, that also helps me as well. Okay. So back to my story. All right, so we get this like $2. We're mad. We are mad because we're like, how did we work in this hot sun for like all this time and we've only got $2, and our hands hurt because the bags, the material the bags were made out of, I don't remember if it was burlap or like a mesh, but the bags were real hard. And picking the onions, and then you had to peel it back from the thing. It was a whole lot, y'all. It's the point I'm making. And so when you say I don't know any Americans, none that I know would go and do those jobs. And not only that, guess what? Here's the other part that I didn't know until I was much older. So because those farmers were paying for the hotel, paying for the food, also paying for the work clothes for the people and the gloves and the this and the that, do you know what else happened? Do you think they just were doing that out of the kindness of their hearts? No. They actually were charging those migrant workers bits of their paycheck to pay for all of those things. I mean, it was really crazy. Really. Yeah. So they were taking more money. So now they're already not making much, right? They're already not getting much for this hard ass work they're doing. My point of this was to say that hard work alone is not enough. If hard work equaled money, then all of those people would be billionaires because they worked their butts off. And I'm not even kidding about that, right? So this is the whole point. You got to learn to work harder, smarter, and not harder. All right, so I want y'all to go up there. I went on my little rant. Yeah, he was a great dad, Adam. He really was. My dad taught me, my mom and my dad, great parents, taught me so many life lessons. But here's, like I said, okay, we can love or hate all the changes happening in the U.S., all the things that are happening in the U.S. You can just think it's wonderful. Actually, one of our politicians here that is part of the abducting people off the streets and throwing them in vans and taking them to God knows where, deporting them to countries that they don't know anything about. And if you think it's only black and brown people, I got news for you. They have abducted Asian people from like China, Japan, Asian countries. You know what I'm talking about? And they, you know where they put them? Now get this, Adam, you're from Ghana. You know Africa. They took these Asian people from the U.S. and they did not send them back to. Even if they sent them to another, they didn't send them back to Asia. They sent them to South Sudan in Africa. They sent them to South Sudan in Africa. Wow! Now, what do you think that how do you think that they're going to be treated? There's a lot of war and things that's going on in that region. And they took these people from here, from the good old USA. And I love my country. Proud to be an American. I don't love some of the things that happen. I'm not proud of some of the things that are happening. But I am proud to be an American. I'm proud of my country and I love my country. But I'm just telling you, these are things that are happening in the real world. So you can't bury your head in the sand about stuff. And you can't, act like, well, since it's not happening to me, I don't care. Because I guarantee you, every one of those Asian people that was deported to South Sudan, probably when they thought it was just the Hispanics, Mexicans, Latinos being deported and sent to God knows where, they probably didn't care. I heard they sent them. No, they sent them to South Sudan. And right. And not only that, they brought some South African farmers over here. It's crazy. But anyway, that's not my point. My point is, please take control of your life, y'all. Go up there, hit that link in my bio. Get the information. You see the site right there in the blue, teampaydaily.com. Get connected. I'm off of here because I got to go. I've been on here for over an hour. I still have to create I did one. I still have to create my 2 other pieces of content and do some other things for my day, and also plug into some training. And I got a lot going on because I'm also trying to move, and that's a whole lot. All right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. Ciao for now. Bye-bye. Talk soon. See, I probably will be on here later on tonight, but I will talk to y'all then. Bye-bye. All right, see y'all later.